pop the gun away from him, create a distance, and now I can go and play with the gun. And the reason, let's go it very slow. Put the finger in and look what happened. When I'm over here, first is this. Can you see? It'll give me the gun just by this gun. You feel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you see, when I get to the gun disarming, my first approach is here. So I get already finger lock over here. So when I'm over here, don't shoot me. I just tap, almost like that on the gun. Jam the gun over here. I have lock here, and I'll have a lock on the finger. You feel it?
Yep.
So now I can rotate the gun to his face. I can pull him to me and give him a straight kick when I do it. And shoot. If the gun didn't jam. If it jammed, I have to take my time, clean the jam, put back, load, and shoot. And if you see, I don't need even to look to him, because I just do a point shooting to him. Is this a good way? No. Because basically I don't want to stay on the ground. So when the guy come over here, put your finger in please, slowly. You want to do this, take him out, pull him down, knee his face, kick him. And now I'm over here to shoot. Or if I have a malfunction, look how long it will take him to get up, come back to me when I already have the time to operate the gun, clean the malfunction, and shoot him, or if I have another enemy in the situation. When the guy, for example, hold the gun for you in the back, first thing you have to do is to look, because it could be his finger and the gun returned back. So I can see it. And that's when you have to judge your student all the time, put the finger and put the gun back. And now I say, put it back the gun. Okay? So many times people are not aware that they really have a gun. My first thing is to look. Something touch your back, you don't immediately think it's a gun. Could be an umbrella. So when I'm over here, I look. I try also to see what gun he has. There will be a different way, maybe for revolver to deal with than with a slide gun. That's why the first thing I look. Now, let's say that now I'm looking for the timing. It's not like we're standing here, you ready? I'm going to disarming you. We wait. Maybe tell me let's move to the other room because I'm an hostage. Maybe try to walk me somewhere. So I have all the time in the world to wait to what we call a timing. And many times you'll see when people rotate, they rotate this direction. And mostly they try to elbow because it looks very good. And the main problem, look what happened. You come immediately also to his punch, to his strong side. I will try to prevent this gun disarming mostly because I immediately, when I turn here, even when you're surprised and whatever, some people have a good reflex and you might find yourself in a problem. I don't mean that in several situations, I will not do gun disarming like that. You come here, Phil? It depends on the situation. I just talk about this gun disarming, what's the problematic, and we try to improve it. So from this gun disarming, many times you'll see that people go to the elbow when they do it. And the problem is that many times I took a few elbows in my face and you don't knock down so fast. People that fight don't knock out from one elbow. You need to be very lucky punch for that. What happens now is, do you see you can move the wrist? You don't have any control on the gun when we fight. Even when you do this, if you push me now with his other hand and pull the gun, pull and push, you'll stay without the gun. So even if you do it in a nice way and he do the same thing to retain the gun, but you see what happened? You might find yourself. So to do it this way, or any way with a weapon, you must make sure that you have control. And now if I want like second point, second point, second point, second point, second point, that's how you start again to judge. Do we have the second point or do we have only one point when we do the gun disarming? Remember also I told you about the liver. When I rotate here, if there will be a discharge, it's go to my liver. Because we talk still about damage control. If I go here, I will be hurt, but I will be hurt on this side mostly. That's why when I rotate to his outside, I will not have to deal with this hand. Also, all I need to do is to salute, and I trap the hand. So it's very easy, mostly when you have more than one gun disarming, to do this and here. If I want to take him down, it's no matter how. It's no matter if now I go like elbow down, elbow up. I will be immediately disarming him any direction that I want to have the gun. And that's why if I have a chance to rotate to this side, I will prefer this side. It's much more difficult for him to retain the gun and better control for me for anything that I will improvise later on. And if you see, that's not a gun disarming, I just improvise about him because he's a tall guy, I'm smaller, that technique worked for me. If it was different, I would not recommend you to try to get under me to find a different one. But many times when you're a small guy, you can rotate. The problem is that big frame has a lot of power. Small frame like me don't. We need to use a lot of technique, body move. And that's why I will go to the outside. I don't need to deal with this hand. And I have a lot of things that I can go from the outside as a gun disarming later. As you remember, we have 3 dimensions. We talk a little bit about the front, a little bit about the back. Let's a little bit see the side. Before we go to the side, I want to show you very old gun disarming that was used in some counter-terror units in Israel many years ago. And again, that gun disarming is problematic. We'll talk a little bit about the problems with this gun disarming. But again, what we can study from it. The way is not to come and bash this gun disarming is bad. Is okay, what's wrong with this gun disarming, and let's evolve it. Kapap is a developed or progressive system. The main idea why we analyze system is we don't want to study it because. We want to really find the reason why, and if there is a better way to do it, we upgrade and upgrade and upgrade. I don't want to do gun disarming because somebody did it in 1960 or 1940. If I can find and analyze and find a better way. There was an old way to do. When you think I'm moving, you say boom. That's the old way to do gun disarming. It's a risk. I'll do it slow. I don't recommend you to do it unless you have to. Like the guy say, hasta la vista. It's good in a few situations, and if you do it properly, you have to do it with a body move so you don't get shot. But if the guy holds tight to the gun and you do it, you might stuck and you cannot do it. And if you see, I put the 2 points very fast. And my problem is either the gun stay in his hand or either the gun drop on the floor. And if he's stronger than you, you have not to fight for the gun, which you don't want. You want the gun in your hand. Gun disarming should be like a magic. Now I'm the boss. If you don't do it as a magician and very quick, the gun is here, I don't care how strong you are. That's stronger than any man. And that's why when you move the bad exercise to a gun disarming from the side, and when I used to be in the police academy, we used to teach it this way. Here, and from here we came with this finger and get in here. And the main problem with this gun disarming, it's not good. We will talk later. But the Israeli Police Academy, we used to teach it. Why? They have a lot of politics. I don't get into politics. I talk and analyze technique, and I don't care if the best Israeli commando do it or the worst unit in the world. I talk only about the technique, what's wrong with them, and analyze and upgrade. So when I do this, first of all, I want to take him farther. That way I can go like for hand locks. It gives me a lot of opportunities. If he stand like this, he can fight back. If he stand like this, he can't. He's in a balance displacement. That's why I don't want to stand him, I want to take him out of balance. So the next move when he's out of balance is just like the same thing. To put, this is the first point, to put the second point in a very quick way, and you have the gun in your hand. Once it's in your hand, you return it back that way, not this way, that way. So if he try to pull it from you, you have to take it with him. And then I can fight with him, clean him when we talk about gun retention. And that's a proper way. Also, remember that every gun has injection window, that when you shoot from here, it's okay. But when you're a lefty, you're just jamming your gun on your shirt. Because the injection shell, when it's come and hit your shell, it's stuck here, and it will jam your gun. So if you do it this way, it's much more safe than to do it this way, from the jamming point, plus from the retain of the gun. So the way that I use is almost the same like I did this way, but this time, and it's work also if you in airplane or you sit here and the guy walk in the alley or in a bus, just like that. And the gun is over here. What I do, I smack the ulnar nerve. If you see, it's not like this, it's like this. I give an angle like this. Remember the triangles? So this time it's this way. And I take this and I smack the, so you see like my angle for him is like a triangle. And that's why from here, I'll smack the ulnar nerve, that you can feel it if you push something here, you will feel the ulnar nerve. I smack also the tendon because I do it very quick. You see, I smack the tendon. And on the same time, I immediately create the second point and take it out. If you do it rude, your hand will be numb a little bit. And mostly, I'll not do it so soft, and immediately to create the distance to take the gun away. That's, for example, for gun disarming from the side. We talk about problems. When you do it from here, and I have only one finger, I have only one finger to fight with him. And I'll explain it in a next demo. Remember I told you this is 1, this is 2, and this is wrong. How many fingers you see here? You see only my thumb. Let's say that now when I fight with him, there was a mischarge. He shoot, so the shell jump out. I didn't jam it. The shell can jump out from the window because I hold the barrel. Because for example with this gun, the P92 Beretta, I hold the barrel. I don't hold the chamber window. So what happened is, like when I'm over here, there was a discharge, the gun load and you bullet, we're still under the fight. It's not mean that only you can fight him or take the gun. When you do this, you smack my face, smack. And now what you face? A gun that can be shoot. Or under the struggle now, he can back the gun and shoot, and you got a bullet to your body. Let's do it differently. This time, Brian moved my hand and he come first like this way. So like, if we fight, my first gun retention, I'm not talking about smack, my first gun retention is to put my 2 points on the gun, because he have already 2 points, but his point is weak. So immediately I do this. You will lose. But if he, first, you remember, he can jam the hammer, see? So that's why